right. Hello, everybody. KVUE Chief Meteorologist Hunter Williams here. Hopefully everyone has had a nice Tuesday. We're doing our nightly live update on the forecast, and there's a couple of changes that I wanted to talk about. The most urgent is what's coming in tomorrow. We have a cold front which will sweep through central Texas in the morning tomorrow, so Wednesday morning. This is not a terribly strong cold front, but especially given how warm we have been, you'll notice this one. We're going to have some damp weather, some showers in the morning, then cooler and breezy for the afternoon, and that will usher in a stretch of weather for the back half of this week that's going to be much more along the lines of what you would expect for this time of the year. However, I don't know that we stay cool. I think a pretty warm Christmas forecast is ahead for us here in Central Texas. So let's get into the details here, and what I will do is put Max 1 on the wall instead of Max 3. All right, so here's a live view outside, as you can see from our camera looking out over the 40 acres, the Moody College of Communications camera. The three headlines that I am tracking for you. Number one, tomorrow, cold front's coming in. Ahead of the front, overnight into early tomorrow, we have fog and mist that develops, and then along the front, not a huge rain chance, but some scattered showers, maybe a couple of downpours in the morning. We'll go through the timing on that. Behind that cold front, at least for a little while, feeling more like December. That means, afternoons in the 60s, mornings 30s and 40s. But yes, another warm up is in the forecast for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I think we'll be well into the 70s for both of those days. All right, timing on our cold front tomorrow morning. Wanted to show you this. First up, of course, northern I-35 corridor in the Hill Country. It'll be very early in the day, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Then for a good chunk of our KVUE area, it'll be 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I think for Austin, right around 9 or 10 is when the front will come in. And remember, right along the front, that's going to be the best chance for rain. We'll go to the models. Then for the I-10 corridor, parts of southern Caldwell County and Fayette County, it will be between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so current temperatures outside. It's obviously been very warm today for the second consecutive day. We were in the 80s earlier today. Now it's 68 degrees at the Austin airport, 72 degrees for Camp Mabry. Ahead of the front tonight, we're not going to drop very much, if really at all. I think we'll be kind of hovering in the mid to upper 60s for most of the overnight. Allergy count today, cedar up a little bit. It is medium, 52 grains per cubic meter. Mold is high, and the reason I wanted to point this out with regards to the cedar is behind tomorrow's cold front, a brisk north wind gusting 25 to 30. Yep, it's the time of the year we'll have to watch that cedar count very closely. I could see that going higher, maybe back to the high count by the end of tomorrow and into Thursday. Okay, so into the details of our cold front. This is our fog tracker tonight. We had some of this last night and this morning. We actually had a dense fog advisory for parts of our area. Ahead of the front, we get this Gulf humidity that comes in. So for the I-35 corridor and especially points east, I think visibility late tonight into tomorrow morning could be a half mile or less. And that's going to be that combination of fog, mist, drizzle, even some light rain showers. We do have a dense fog advisory that's been issued already for Fayette County, 3 a.m. tonight to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is where we have high confidence. Fayette County, it's going to get foggy tonight. I could see this being expanded a little farther inland, so we will let you know as soon as we get word from the National Weather Service on that. Okay, timing of our cold front. This is 10 o'clock this evening. Things over the next several hours completely quiet, so if you have any plans outside, we're going to be all good this evening. However, after midnight, that's when these low clouds start to build in, and then you can see our cold front coming in by the morning tomorrow with that broken line of shower. So ahead of the front, low clouds, fog, mist, drizzle, damp weather, and then along the front, broken line of showers, maybe a downpour, but you can see as this stuff rolls into the metro around 9 or 10 a.m. This is all very, very tame. If anything, rumble or two of thunder. Certainly no severe weather issues tomorrow as the front comes in. So again, for Austin, most of the metro and most of the I-35 corridor, 9 to 10 a.m. tomorrow is going to be the best chance for some rain as these showers move through. Here's 11 a.m. At that point, Bastrop County, Lee County, Fayette County, into parts of Caldwell County. Then the front, by the time we get past lunchtime, is going to be well south of our area. It'll actually clear to sunshine by the afternoon tomorrow, but it is going to be a cooler day. And I mentioned kind of a wacky temperature day. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Real quick, rainfall forecast. This will take us through the day tomorrow. We talked about this yesterday during our live stream. There was a point last week where we were saying, all right, this looks great. We've got multiple systems. This is going to be several inches of rain. Fantastic news. It just hasn't come together like that. So we do have wet weather in the forecast tomorrow, but you guys know that mist and drizzle, we can have that mist all day long, and it just doesn't really add up to very much measurable rain. So I think it's going to be less than 1/4 of an inch for the vast majority, if not all of us, with the rain and drizzle and all that wet weather that we see tomorrow in the morning. So here is our forecast all put together, rain chances, and then our weird looking temperature forecast. So we've got a 50% rain chance in the morning tomorrow, 9, 10 a.m. That's going to be the best bet for rain in Austin. We're in the mid to upper 60s to begin the day. So if you look at my 7-day forecast, the high temperature tomorrow is 67 degrees, but that's actually going to happen pretty early in the day. Then the front moves through and temperatures will drop into the upper 50s for the late morning into the early afternoon. And then once we clear to sunshine, we'll see how much our temperatures could rebound. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy, but I think upper 50s, low 60s are mainly where we'll be spending the afternoon, and then once the sun goes down, we'll cool things down pretty aggressively as we go to Thursday morning. Thursday morning could even bring a light freeze to parts of the hill country. So not a ton of rain with this cold front, but it is going to bring the wind, quite a bit of it. So 10 a.m. fronts coming into Austin, wind gusts right along the front will be right around 30 miles per hour. And then we stay breezy through the late morning into the afternoon. Wind gust of 25 to 30 will be widespread. And then eventually as we go to the evening tomorrow, the wind is going to start to die down, and that's what will set the stage for some of these cooler temperatures. So here's just another way of looking at our winds tomorrow. Not too breezy, but it's going to be, and look at the direction here. So this is interesting. Southwest wind ahead of the front. Front comes through at 10 a.m. We switch to a north wind, and it stays a north wind through the rest of the day. Of course, that's a cold wind direction for us, and that will be ushering in the cool stuff as we go into Thursday morning. So here are the numbers area-wide. I have 40 in the forecast Thursday morning in Austin, some upper 30s, but probably not a freeze for areas east of I-35. However, I do expect a freeze, at least a light freeze, for many portions of the hill country, especially Llano, Mason, rural parts of Gillespie County. These spots have already had several freezes this year, so it's not going to catch anybody off guard, but just want to give you a heads up, light freeze is possible for parts of the hill country Thursday morning. In our mornings, they're going to stay chilly for a while. In fact, we actually have another little reinforcing shot of cool air, a little like miniature cold front coming in on Friday. So Thursday morning, 40, a little bit warmer. Friday morning, 45, and then Saturday morning, 38 in the morning. That will bring a more widespread freeze even to some areas east of I-35 and into parts of the hill country. Then Sunday morning will start to trend warmer. 43 degrees for the morning low. Afternoons are going to be very close to average for this time of the year. The normal would be about 64. We may be just a smidge above it, but it's going to be, let's see, we were at 80 today, so our temperatures are dropping, 15 to 20 degrees for some spots. Okay. I think this will work out perfectly for the big Texas-Clemson matchup. First round of the college football playoff over the weekend. 3 o'clock kickoff at DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. I have 65 in the forecast at kickoff. Sunny and pleasant, light southeast breeze. It's just going to be great. I think we'll have just a little touch of cool, or we'll say a little touch of a chill in the air by the second half of the game. So if you ask me, that's just picture perfect football weather. Okay, what about rain chances? This is looking pretty lonely. A 50% tomorrow, so I do think we're going to have a decent bit of wet weather tomorrow. Not a ton of it heavy, but we're going to have that mist and drizzle, so expect some damp roads tomorrow. Then it goes completely dry, 0% for a while. Then as we go into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, still we need to kind of fine-tune what's going on with the models. I think we're going to be mainly dry, but I have put a 10% little sprinkle chance in our forecast. 7-day rainfall comparison from our computer models, European model. Not very ambitious on rain over the next 7 days. GFS model, though, says, hey, maybe we'll get a little bit tomorrow and then maybe a bigger system coming in later on in the 7-day forecast. But as of now, I think this European model is probably a little bit more accurate based on what I'm seeing in the models. So this is our 7-day forecast. We'll spend some time with this. For tomorrow, 67 is what we have as the high temperature, but that is not going to be the temperature during the afternoon. That 67 is likely to happen prior to lunchtime, just prior to that front moving through, and then most of the day is going to be upper 50s to low 60s. There's a 50% chance for showers in the morning tomorrow, maybe a rumble of thunder, no severe weather. Behind it, cooler weather for a while, but not, frigid stuff. I think this is just going to be great. Just enough to remind you it is December. Tomorrow, Thursday morning, 40 in the morning, 65 for the afternoon. Friday morning, 45, a high of 66. It's not much, but we get a little reinforcing shot of cool air coming in late Friday into Saturday. That's why Saturday morning starts off even chillier at 38 degrees. So with that 3 o'clock kickoff, I bet we've got some tailgaters and folks will be getting up early. It is going to be pretty chilly to start the day on Saturday, but as we mentioned, the weather during the game looks spectacular. It'll be in the mid-60s, then falling a little bit for the second half of the game. Sunday, still nice, 43 in the morning, a high of 67, but you can see the way things are trending by early next week, heading into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. For Monday, I have 70 in the forecast, a partly cloudy sky. Then as we go into Tuesday for Christmas Eve, just that 10% chance for a little bit of a drizzle or a passing shower. I have a partly cloudy sky in the forecast. It's going to be very similar as we go beyond into Christmas Day. In fact, here's the full Christmas breakdown. So 74 degrees Christmas Eve. Then for Christmas night into Christmas morning, we're just going to drop down into the 50s. I have 54 in the forecast Christmas morning. Then for Christmas Day, the afternoon high about 75 degrees. So Ashley and I were joking about this on our newscast earlier today. I think this is good weather. The kids, they get a bike, they get some toys they want to do outside. I think it's going to be fantastic weather to get outside. It's not going to be chilly at all. All right, 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. This will take us December 25th through the final day of December. So Christmas Day into Christmas Eve. That is looking very warm, not just here in Texas, but across a good chunk of the United States. And of course, this time of the year, just to preface this, above normal does not necessarily mean it's going to be hot, but it's going to be above normal for what you would expect this time of the year. So again, for us, I see a lot of 70s in our extended forecast. Here's our precipitation outlook. As we mentioned, I've got just a 10% rain chance in the forecast Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We'll see if maybe we can get some bigger rainmakers to come in beyond Christmas. But for now, our Climate Prediction Center outlook, it is showing slightly above normal precipitation chances. So that's what we have for you on our little live stream tonight. Hopefully we have covered everything. Again, just kind of the highlights that we're looking at. This is our Christmas forecast. 57 degrees for the morning of Christmas Eve, 74 in the afternoon. Then as we go into Christmas Day, 54 Christmas morning, 75 is what we have in the forecast for the afternoon. So with that, I think we will let you guys go. We appreciate everybody tuning in for our KVUE Plus and YouTube live streams. Again, we do these pretty much every evening now, right around 7 o'clock. Next up, we will have our full newscast coming up at 10 o'clock on KVUE and another live stream tomorrow morning, and then I'll be back for a live stream on KVUE Plus right around 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you at 10.